Welcome to the Simpson College Coaches Show. I am Zach James, and today we are joined by Simpson head football coach Jim Glogowski. Coach, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
Good, thanks. Last week, Simpson didn't do so well against Dubuque as they lost 42-21. Coach, could you talk about last week's game and how practice has been going this week?
Yeah, it was a tough game, no doubt. I thought we showed some really good spurts at times. At one point, it was 14-7 at half, and then we traded scores in the second half. And I think with maybe about 5 minutes to go in the third quarter, it was 21-14. And they responded and scored, and we didn't. And that's kind of when the game turned, really. And we both tacked on touchdowns at the end. But hard-fought game. Very proud of our kids. They played extremely hard. I think the biggest disappointment was we had opportunities to take advantage of early in the first half and maybe go ahead. In a perfect world, it could have been 17-7 Simpson at half. Mm-hmm. And we missed some opportunities, some special teams snafus, and that was probably the biggest story of the game.
During the game, there were lots of injuries, unfortunately, one of those being running back Michael Chia. Could you talk about his status for Saturday's game?
Yeah, we're still going day by day. We'll see. He got twisted up on his knee in the beginning of the third quarter. But I feel good about the kids that we have in our program. That's one of the things we've tried to do in the last 3 years is build depth and recruit good quality kids. And we might have some young kids out there on Saturday, but they'll play hard and give it their best shot.
Saturday's game is in fact the homecoming game against Cornell. Is there any more hype at the guys who bring to this game, or is this just another regular day on the gridiron?
Well, I think that's probably the biggest thing we try to stress. It's just another game. We don't get too high and get too low. I think sometimes you can really put a lot of emphasis on one game or another, and that can be good, it can be bad. But for us, it was business as usual. We have a pretty normal routine that we go through every week, so the kids have some consistency. I think that's important. I think if you have one big win or one big loss and you change things and start going out of character, the kids sense that. And they're 18, 22-year-old young kids, and they need some guidance. They need some stuff they can count on, and that's what we try to do with practice. But we're excited about homecoming. It's obviously a great opportunity. Normally means a big crowd, a lot of alums back, a lot of people out there watching. You want to play well for those folks.
Mm-hmm. Looking at game tape, what's Cornell's biggest strength?
Cornell's very talented at the quarterback spot. They've got a really talented young sophomore quarterback. He does a great job handling the ball. They do some zone read stuff and some play action off of that, which is very tough to defend. I think defensively they've done a really good job. They've got some senior leaders at linebacker. They're a little bit undersized up front, but they've got some talented kids at linebacker that play hard. I think Vince does a great job with those guys. He coaches them extremely well. They're a little short on numbers, but they play extremely hard. And I would say their first wave of guys, their first 22 guys, are as good as some of the guys in the league across the board. And so we'll have to be prepared and play well. And like I tell the kids, though, it's not so much about Cornell as it is about Simpson. We've got to do what we've got to do and make sure we execute and don't beat ourselves with penalties and mistakes.
How can our guys contain him defensively?
Well, the biggest thing is trusting their technique. We've stressed that quite a bit this whole year. Do your job. If you do your job well, your buddy will do his job and we'll have success. And as long as they don't get out of their own element and try to do too much, play your gap, be fundamental, run to the football. Offensively, make sure you execute your job, and things should usually go our way.
Now, this is homecoming week, so Coach, I have to ask you, is there one homecoming memory from either here at Simpson or at prior locations that come to mind for you?
Well, I think the biggest thing about homecoming is it is what it is. Everybody's coming home. You get alums back. It's always the excitement level around campus. Especially, I think my favorite thing about Simpson's homecoming, to be honest with you, is Yell Like Hell. I love that event on Friday night. It's a tremendous event where kids get involved, and it's a modern day pep rally, if you will, and I love it. I think I try to bring my kids, and my wife and I come to the Yell Like Hell and try to get there and check that out. A lot of our kids get involved with that. So there's a lot of great things going on. Obviously, you've got activities going on all week long with the student body getting involved. It's just a good time to be part of college football.
Well, Coach, good luck on Saturday. Hopefully we can send Cornell home with a loss.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
For the Simpson College Coaches Show, I'm Zach James.
Great.